My name is Tasha Reynolds, 41 years old, Chief Financial Officer at a mid-sized tech company. I manage millions of dollars in corporate assets every day. But I never saw my own husband robbing me blind. This is the story of how a single phone call from a bank revealed that the man I trusted with my life had turned our marriage into a financial crime scene. It was a Tuesday morning, normal day. I was in back-to-back meetings at the office when my personal cell rang during a brief break. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Hello? Ms. Reynolds, this is Jennifer from First National Bank, Mortgage Department. Yes? I'm calling regarding your second mortgage payment. We haven't received this month's payment, and the account is now 15 days past due. I wanted to reach out before we assess any late fees. I froze. I'm sorry, what second mortgage? The second mortgage on your property at 847 Maple Drive, taken out 18 months ago for $200,000. My heart started pounding. There must be a mistake. I never took out a second mortgage. Let me verify. Are you Tasha Marie Reynolds, Social Security ending in 4729? Yes, but... And your spouse is Cameron Reynolds? Yes. According to our records, both of you signed the loan documents 18 months ago, June 15th. The loan was approved for $200,000 at 6.5% interest, monthly payments of $1,400. I never signed anything. I would remember signing for $200,000. Jennifer paused. Ma'am, I'm looking at the signed documents right now. Your signature is here along with your husband's. That's not possible. I never signed anything like that. Would you like me to email you copies of the signed documents? Yes, immediately. I gave her my email, hung up, stared at my phone. A second mortgage, $200,000, 18 months ago, that I supposedly signed for but had no memory of. My email pinged, document from First National Bank. I opened it, scanned to the signature page. There it was, Tasha M. Reynolds, in what looked like my handwriting, dated 18 months ago. But I never signed this. I would remember signing for $200,000. I'm a CFO. I review financial documents constantly. This would have been a major decision. We would have discussed it. Unless Cameron signed it without telling me. Unless he forged my signature. I left the office early, told my assistant I had a family emergency, drove home in a daze. Cameron was there, working from home that day, sitting at his computer in our home office. Hey, babe, he said when I walked in. You're home early. Everything okay? I stood in the doorway, looking at him, this man I'd been married to for 12 years, who I trusted completely. Cameron, do we have a second mortgage on the house? His face changed. Just for a second. A flash of panic. Then he recovered. What? No, why would you think that? The bank called, said we took out a second mortgage 18 months ago for $200,000 and we're behind on payments. That's crazy. They must have us confused with someone else. They had my social security number, our address, everything. And they emailed me signed documents with both our signatures. Cameron stood up. Let me see. I showed him my phone, the scanned documents, our supposed signatures. He studied them. This is obviously a scam. Someone probably stole our information. Identity theft. We need to report this to the police. The documents look real, Cameron. Scammers are good at faking documents. Don't worry, I'll handle it. I'll call the bank tomorrow, clear this up. I'll call them back right now. Tasha, relax. It's a mistake, probably a clerical error. Let me handle it tomorrow during business hours. Come on, let's make dinner. Don't stress about this. He was so calm, so reassuring, so convincing. But something felt wrong. That split-second flash of panic. The way he wanted to handle it himself. The way he tried to dismiss my concerns. I didn't say anything more, just nodded. Okay, you're probably right. We made dinner together, talked about our days, watched TV, everything normal, but I couldn't stop thinking about that signature, that $200,000, that mortgage I knew nothing about. The next morning, Cameron left for work early, said he had an important meeting. As soon as he was gone, I called my lawyer. Not a divorce lawyer, my personal attorney, the one who handled our wills and estate planning, someone I trusted. Robert, I need to talk to you. It's urgent. What's going on, Tasha? I told him everything. The bank call, the mortgage, the signature I didn't remember signing. Don't say anything to Cameron yet, Robert advised. Let me investigate first. If this is fraud and you confront him, he might try to hide evidence. Can you send me those documents the bank sent? Yes, immediately. Good. Give me 24 hours. Don't mention this to Cameron. Act normal. I need to verify what's really going on before we take any action. You think he forged my signature? I don't know yet. But if you truly didn't sign those documents, then yes, that's forgery and fraud. Let me investigate. I'll call you tomorrow. That day was torture. Acting normal, texting Cameron like everything was fine, coming home and making dinner and pretending I wasn't screaming inside. That night, I couldn't sleep. I waited until Cameron was deep asleep. Then I got up, went to his home office, opened his laptop. I knew his password. We'd always been open about that kind of thing. Or so I thought. But when I tried to log in, the password didn't work. He'd changed it. That sent chills down my spine. We'd been together 12 years. Never changed passwords without telling each other. Why now? I tried variations, different combinations. Nothing worked. Then I remembered his file cabinet. He kept important documents there. Always locked, but I knew where he hid the key. I found it, opened the cabinet, started going through files, tax returns, insurance policies, investment statements, all normal. Then I found a folder labeled Property Docs. Inside were papers I'd never seen, deed documents, mortgage papers, and there it was, the second mortgage paperwork. I pulled it out, read through it carefully. The loan was approved for $200,000. The money was deposited directly into an account ending in 7892. I didn't recognize that account number. We had two joint checking accounts, one joint savings, and individual retirement accounts. None ended in 7892. There was a secret bank account with $200,000 in it. That I knew nothing about. I kept digging, found bank statements hidden in the back of the drawer. For an account at Metro City Bank in Cameron's name only, not a joint account, just his. The statements showed the initial $200,000 deposit 18 months ago. Then a trail of withdrawals, thousands of dollars at a time. Cash withdrawals, $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, multiple times a month. Wire transfers to names I didn't recognize. Diamond Casino, Royal Gaming, Prestige Poker Club, gambling. He'd been gambling, a lot. But that wasn't all. Other transactions stood out. Monthly charges to luxury hotels, $1,500 for weekend stays, multiple times, charges to jewelry stores, $3,200 at Tiffany's, $5,800 at Cartier, restaurant charges for hundreds of dollars, always on Friday or Saturday nights, times when he told me he was working late or out with the guys. I took photos of everything with my phone, every statement, every transaction, every piece of evidence. By the time I was done, I had hundreds of photos, proof of where $200,000 had gone over 18 months. Gambling, hotels, jewelry, expensive dinners. My husband had taken out a mortgage on our house, forging my signature, to fund a secret gambling addiction and what looked very much like an affair. I put everything back exactly as I'd found it, locked the file cabinet, went back to bed, lay there next to Cameron, this man who'd robbed our future, who'd put our home at risk, who'd been lying to me for at least 18 months. How long had he been gambling? How deep was he in debt? Who was he buying jewelry for? Who was he taking to expensive hotels? I wanted to wake him up, scream, demand answers, throw him out. But I didn't, because Robert had said not to confront him yet, and because I needed to be smart about this. If Cameron had been lying for 18 months, he'd keep lying. He'd have excuses ready. He'd try to gaslight me, make me doubt what I was seeing. No, I needed to gather all the evidence first, build an undeniable case, then strike when he couldn't worm his way out. The next morning, Robert called. Tasha, we need to meet in person today. Can you come to my office at noon? Yes. What did you find? Not over the phone. Noon, my office. Come alone. The seriousness in his voice terrified me. At noon, I sat in Robert's office. He had papers spread across his desk. His face was grim. Tasha, this is bad, really bad. Tell me. That signature on the mortgage documents is forged. I had a handwriting expert look at it. It's a very good forgery, probably traced, but it's not your actual signature. Cameron committed fraud. My stomach dropped even though I'd suspected it. Hearing it confirmed was different. There's more, Robert continued. I did some digging into Cameron's financial situation. The picture isn't good. He showed me printouts. Cameron has 6 credit cards that you're not on, all maxed out. Total debt of $87,000. What? He also has personal loans from 3 different lenders, $40,000 total, all in default. How did I not know about any of this? Because he's been hiding it. The statements all go to a P.O. box he rented. The debt is in his name only. You're not legally responsible for it. But that second mortgage that you both supposedly signed, that affects both of you. The house is collateral. We could lose the house. If the mortgage goes into default, yes, and it's already behind. I called the bank. They said they've been sending statements for months to that P.O. box. No payments have been made in 60 days. You're close to foreclosure proceedings. I felt like I couldn't breathe. What do I do? First, we need to report the forgery, file a police report, press charges. Cameron committed a felony. He's my husband. He's a criminal who put your home and financial security at risk. You need to protect yourself. If you don't report this, the bank could come after you for the debt. You could lose everything. What else? File for divorce. Immediately. Separate your finances. The longer you wait, the more damage he can do. Right now, he still has access to your joint accounts. He could drain them. My head was spinning. 12 years of marriage, and it came down to this: police reports, divorce, financial ruin. There's something else you need to know, Robert said quietly. What? The woman. My heart sank. You found out who she is? Her name is Destiny Monroe, 29 years old, works as a bottle service girl at Diamond Casino. That's one of the gambling establishments where Cameron's been spending money. He showed me photos, security camera stills, Cameron at a casino, with a young woman, beautiful, laughing, his arm around her. I hired a PI after we talked yesterday. They've been together for at least a year. The jewelry purchases? For her? The hotel stays? With her? The expensive dinners? Her. I stared at the photos. This woman, this stranger, who'd been benefiting from money stolen from my home, from my future. I'm so sorry, Tasha, but you need to know the full picture before you decide how to proceed. I left Robert's office in a fog, drove aimlessly for an hour, processing, planning, grieving. 12 years of marriage, of building a life together, of trust. All of it a lie, at least for the past 18 months, maybe longer. I called my best friend, Monica. I need you. Can you meet me? Where are you? I don't know. Driving? Can I come to your place? Come, I'll be waiting. Monica took one look at my face and pulled me into a hug. What happened? I told her everything. the mortgage, the forgery, the gambling, the debt, the woman, all of it. She was furious. That son of a Tasha. You need to destroy him. I need to be smart. You need to protect yourself. What did Robert say to do? Report it to police. File for divorce. But Monica, it's Cameron. 12 years. How did I not see this? Because he hid it. Because he's a liar. Because you trusted him like you were supposed to. This isn't your fault. I'm a CFO. I manage money for a living. How did I not notice $200,000 missing from my own life? Because it wasn't missing from your accounts. He took it from your home equity. That's sneaky, calculated. He knew what he was doing. What if there's more? What if this is worse than I know? Then you find out. You investigate everything, and you take him for everything he's got. That night, I told Cameron I needed to visit my sister for a few days. Family emergency. Is everything okay? He asked. She's going through something, needs support. I'll be back Sunday. Want me to come? No, it's sister stuff. I'll call you. I packed a bag, went to Monica's, and for the next 3 days, I turned into a detective. Robert connected me with a forensic accountant, someone who specializes in uncovering hidden finances in divorce cases. Her name was Patricia. 50s, sharp eyes, no nonsense. Give me everything you have, bank statements, credit card records, tax returns, everything. I handed over files. How bad is it? Let me dig. Give me 48 hours. While Patricia investigated finances, I had the PI follow Cameron. Day 1, Cameron went to work, then to Diamond Casino at 6 p.m., stayed until midnight. The PI got photos of him at the poker tables, losing, drinking, with Destiny. Day 2, Cameron went to lunch with Destiny. An expensive steakhouse, 2-hour lunch, then to a hotel, stayed 3 hours, left separately. Day 3, Cameron went to work, then home. But at 10 p.m. he left again, went to Destiny's apartment, stayed until 2 a.m. Every night, every day I was supposedly at my sister's. He was with her. The PI documented everything, photos, videos, timestamps, hotel receipts, all of it. Patricia called on day 3. Tasha, you need to come back to the office, now. What did you find? Not over the phone. Come now. I drove back to the city, went straight to Patricia's office. She had spreadsheets everywhere, papers, highlighters. Sit down, she said. I sat. My hands were shaking. The second mortgage is just the beginning. Cameron has been systematically draining your marital assets for 3 years. 3 years? At least. Here's what I found. The second mortgage for $200,000. Gone. Gambled away mostly. About $180,000 in casino losses over 18 months. The rest spent on Destiny. What else? Your joint savings account. It should have $85,000. It has $12,000. The missing $73,000? Cameron withdrew it gradually over 2 years. Small amounts so you wouldn't notice. I felt sick. Your joint investment account should have $120,000, has $30,000. Cameron liquidated stocks over the past year, claimed he was rebalancing when he actually just took the money. Where did it go? Gambling, loans, credit card debt, some to Destiny. He bought her a car last year, $35,000 Audi, put the title in her name. My vision was blurring. How much total? Patricia looked at me with pity. Cameron has stolen or squandered approximately $380,000 of marital assets over 3 years. Plus, he's added $127,000 in personal debt that you didn't know about. You're effectively $507,000 poorer than you should be. $500,000 gone. While I worked 60-hour weeks. While I saved. While I planned for our retirement. What about my retirement accounts? Those are safe. They're in your name only. He can't access them. Can I recover any of this? In a divorce, maybe some of it. We can argue he dissipated marital assets. You'll get a bigger share of what's left, but the money that's already gone, Gambled away, that's gone forever. I drove back to Monica's, numb, devastated. Cameron texted, "Hey babe, how's your sister? Miss you. Come home soon?" I stared at that text. This man, this thief, this liar, texting me like everything was normal. I replied, "Coming home tomorrow. Miss you too." Monica found me crying in her guest room. "What happened?" I told her. The numbers, the losses, everything. "Tasha, you need to end this. Now. Tonight. Call Robert, file the papers, get him out of your house." "I will, tomorrow. I just need one more night to process." But Monica was right. I needed to act. Fast. Before Cameron did more damage, I called Robert. "File the divorce papers tomorrow morning, and I want him arrested. For forgery, for fraud, all of it. I'll handle it. Papers will be filed first thing. I'll coordinate with the police. They'll probably want to arrest him at work to avoid a scene at home." "Good. I don't want to see him." "One more thing," Robert said. "We should freeze all joint accounts immediately. Prevent him from withdrawing anything else." "Do it." The next morning, I drove home. Cameron's car wasn't there. He was at work. Good. I started packing his things: clothes, toiletries, personal items, everything. Put it all in boxes and bags in the garage. Changed the locks. Called a locksmith. Had new locks installed on all doors. Called the bank. Froze joint accounts. Removed Cameron's access to my personal accounts. Called credit card companies. Removed Cameron as authorized user, closed joint cards. By noon, I'd secured everything I could. Then I waited. At 2 p.m., Robert called. "It's done. Cameron was just arrested at his office. Charges include forgery, fraud, and identity theft. He's being booked now." What happens next? "He'll likely be released on bail within hours. When he is, he'll probably come home." Are you ready for that? The locks are changed. His stuff is packed. He's not getting in. Good. I'm filing a restraining order too, just to be safe. He'll be served with divorce papers at the police station. By tonight, he'll know everything. At 6 p.m., Cameron called. From the police station. I didn't answer. He called 17 more times. I ignored all of them. Then texts started coming. "Tasha, what's happening? Why was I arrested? Please call me. This is crazy. I know you're upset about the mortgage, but this is too much. We can work this out. Don't do this. Please, I love you. Let me explain." I blocked his number. At 8 p.m., there was banging on my door. "Tasha, open up. We need to talk." Cameron, he'd made bail. "Go away, Cameron. We have nothing to discuss. This is my house, too. You can't lock me out. Check your phone. You've been served with divorce papers and a restraining order. You're not allowed within 100 feet of me or this house. If you don't leave, I'm calling the police." "You're doing this over a mistake? Over money? After 12 years? You stole from me. You forged my signature. You committed felonies. You're a criminal." "I was going to tell you. I was trying to fix it." "For 3 years? You were trying to fix it for 3 years while you gambled and cheated?" Silence. Then, "You know about Destiny?" "I know everything, Cameron. The gambling, the debt, the woman, the car you bought her, every lie, every crime, all of it." "Tasha, please, leave, now, or I call the cops." I heard him walk away, a car door slam, engine starting, driving away. I sank to the floor, started crying, not for him. For me. For the marriage I thought I had. For the future I thought we were building. All of it gone. Stolen by someone I trusted completely. Cameron's criminal trial took 8 months. During that time, the divorce proceeded. It was ugly. Cameron tried to claim I'd actually signed the mortgage documents, that I'd known about everything, that I was lying to get a better divorce settlement. My lawyer destroyed that argument with the handwriting analysis. The expert testified that the signature was forged. The judge believed it. Cameron tried to claim the gambling was an addiction, that he needed help, not punishment. The prosecutor showed his pattern of lying, the calculated theft, the forgery, the spending on a mistress. This wasn't addiction, this was fraud, the prosecutor argued. He knew exactly what he was doing. He planned it, executed it, and would have continued if his wife hadn't caught him. The jury agreed. Cameron was convicted of forgery, fraud, and identity theft, sentenced to 3 years in prison. The divorce was finalized while he awaited sentencing. I got the house, what equity was left in it. I got my retirement accounts. I got 70% of remaining marital assets as compensation for what Cameron had stolen. He got debt, lots of debt, the credit card bills, the personal loans, all of it assigned to him, and a criminal record that would follow him forever. A week after Cameron was sentenced, someone knocked on my door. I looked through the peephole. A woman I didn't recognize, young, black, pretty. Wait, I did recognize her from the PI's photos. Destiny. I opened the door. What do you want? Mrs. Reynolds, can I talk to you? Just for 5 minutes? Why would I talk to you? Because I need you to know something. Please, 5 minutes. Against my better judgment, I let her in. She sat on my couch, nervous, wringing her hands. I didn't know, she started, about you, about the money, about any of it. You expect me to believe that? Cameron told me he was divorced, that his ex-wife was crazy, that the divorce was final. I had no idea he was still married. How convenient. I know how it sounds, but it's true. He showed me fake divorce papers, told me elaborate stories, made me believe we had a future. He bought you a car. I thought it was a gift from someone who loved me. I didn't know it was stolen money from his actual wife. If I'd known, what? You would have said no? She looked at me. Yes, I would have. I'm not a homewrecker. I don't date married men. I thought he was available. He spent money on you for a year. Hotels, dinners, jewelry. You never questioned where it came from? He said he worked in finance, made good money. I had no reason to doubt him. We sat in silence. Why are you really here? I asked. To apologize and to give you this. She pulled out a check, written to me, for $35,000. What is this? The car. I sold it. This is what I got. It's not enough to cover what he stole. I know that. But it's what I can do. It's your money. You should have it. I stared at the check. You didn't have to do this. Yes, I did. Cameron lied to both of us. He used both of us. I was part of hurting you, even if I didn't know it. This doesn't fix that. But it's something. I took the check. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for everything. You didn't deserve any of this. Neither did you. He lied to you too. At least I didn't lose my home, my future. You lost everything. Not everything. I got my freedom and my self-respect. Destiny stood to leave. For what it's worth, I hope you find someone who deserves you, who treats you right, who doesn't lie. I hope the same for you. She left. I sat there holding the check. $35,000, not even a tenth of what Cameron had stolen. But it was something, an unexpected kindness from an unexpected source. Today marks 1 year since that phone call from the bank. 1 year since my life imploded. I'm sitting in my home office, the same one where I found Cameron's hidden files. But everything is different now. The house is mine, fully mine. I refinanced after the divorce, paid off the second mortgage with money from the settlement and Destiny's check. My finances are rebuilt, slowly but surely. I'll never recover the full $380,000, but I'm stable, secure. I'm still CFO at my company. Got promoted, actually. Now I'm executive vice president. More money, more responsibility, more respect. I bought new furniture, redecorated, made the house mine instead of ours. Every room feels different, fresh, new. I'm in therapy, working through the betrayal, The trust issues, the trauma of being systematically robbed by someone I loved, it helps, slowly. I'm learning to trust myself again, to trust my instincts, to not feel guilty for being deceived. I started a support group for women who've experienced financial abuse in relationships. We meet monthly, share stories, give advice, help each other heal. Last month, a woman told a story so similar to mine it was chilling. Her husband had done the same thing: second mortgage, forgery, gambling. She'd caught him by accident, a letter from a collection agency. "What do I do?" she asked the group. "Document everything," I told her. "Get a lawyer. Don't confront him until you have all the evidence. Protect yourself first. Grieve later." She cried. "I feel so stupid. How did I not see this?" "You're not stupid. You trusted someone you were supposed to trust. He's the criminal, not you." The group nodded. Other women shared similar stories, different details, same pattern: men using marriage as cover to steal, to manipulate, to destroy. We're all healing, together, building each other up, refusing to let our ex's choices define us. I went on a date last month, first one since the divorce. His name is Derek, accountant, funny, kind, transparent about everything. "I've been married before," he told me on our first date. "Divorced 5 years ago. No kids. Amicable split. We just grew apart. I've been married too. Recently divorced. Not amicable. My ex is in prison for fraud." He didn't flinch. "I read about your case. It was in the news. I'm sorry you went through that." "You Googled me?" "Of course. I always research people before I meet them. Safety. Plus, I'm an accountant. I'm naturally curious about financial crimes." I laughed. "At least you're honest." "Always. Life's too short for games. I believe in complete transparency. My finances are an open book. Literally, I can show you my tax returns if you want." On the first date? I'm just saying, I have nothing to hide. And after what you've been through, I want you to feel secure. Ask me anything, check anything, I don't mind. It was refreshing and slightly overwhelming, but in a good way. We've been seeing each other for 2 months now, taking it slow, building trust. He shows me his accounts without being asked, tells me where he's going, invites me to meet his friends and family. Complete transparency, the opposite of Cameron. I'm not in love yet. I'm not sure I'm capable of that right now, but I'm open, healing, hopeful. Cameron writes me from prison sometimes. The letters come through my lawyer. I never respond. The first few were apologetic. "Tasha, I'm so sorry. I destroyed everything. You deserved better. I hope you can forgive me someday." Then they turned bitter. "You didn't have to send me to prison. We could have worked it out." This is excessive. Now they're desperate. "I've changed. I've done the work. When I get out, can we talk? Can we try again?" I throw them away unread now. My lawyer scans them first, just to make sure there are no threats. Then I trash them. I have nothing to say to Cameron. No forgiveness, no closure, no second chances. He made his choices. Now he lives with them. Last week, I ran into someone from Cameron's office, someone who'd been at our wedding. "Tasha, I heard about everything. I'm so sorry." "Thank you. For what it's worth, a lot of us are glad you turned him in. We had no idea what he was doing. But looking back, there were signs. He was always stressed about money, even though he made good money. Always taking calls in private. Always seemed distracted. Did anyone suspect he was gambling? No. But one guy mentioned Cameron asked to borrow money once, said he had an investment opportunity that fell through and he was short on cash. The guy said no. Now we realize it was probably gambling debt. He lied to everyone. Some people are really good at it. Makes you wonder who else is lying and we just don't know yet. That's the thing about betrayal like this. It makes you suspicious of everyone, question everything, trust nothing. I'm working on not becoming cynical, on believing that most people are good, that Cameron was the exception, not the rule. It's hard, but I'm trying. People ask me all the time, how did you not know? You're a CFO. You're smart. How did you miss it? My answer is simple. I trusted him. And trust is a vulnerability. Cameron exploited that vulnerability expertly. He knew I wouldn't question him, wouldn't audit our personal finances, wouldn't suspect him of lying. He counted on my trust, my love, my belief in our partnership, and he weaponized it. That's not my failing, that's his. I've learned to trust differently now, not blindly, not assuming honesty, but verifying. With Derek, I don't just accept what he says. I check, I verify, not because I don't trust him, but because I trust myself more. Show me your bank statement isn't about suspicion, it's about transparency. Let me see your credit report isn't about control, it's about partnership. Real love doesn't hide. Real partnership doesn't require blind faith. Real relationships thrive on transparency. That's what I know now that I didn't know before. So, yeah, the bank called about a second mortgage I never signed. So I didn't ask him about it. I called my lawyer and discovered my husband had been stealing from me for 3 years, funding his secret gambling addiction and his mistress's lifestyle. And it was the worst and best thing that ever happened to me. Worst because I lost money, time, and trust. Best because I found myself. I found my strength, my voice, my refusal to accept betrayal quietly. I found my power, my ability to fight back, my willingness to protect myself even when it's hard, and I found my future, a future without lies, without theft, without someone who saw me as a mark instead of a partner.